questions. Now there's two types of questions. And make sure you put your topic over here, write it nice and big. So mine's travel. There's two types of questions. There's questions where you get words, and then there's questions where you get numbers, okay? And we're gonna split them up. The first one is the descriptive data. This is qualitative. And you see the word quality is in there. So you're gonna come up with 5 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions. All of these questions have to be qualitative. And the first question should only have 2 responses. The second question should have 3 responses, then 4, then 5, and then the last one, this is a free response. Okay? My bad, I misspelled response, but you get the point. I tell students to start off with the first question with just like, what's your gender? Okay? What are you? A boy or a girl? Okay? All right. And sorry, I'm going kind of fast because I'm limited a little bit on my time on this video, and I'm not trying to make it like a whole hour. But we'll write boy, girl. If you want to do another one that says like, because you don't believe that there's 2 genders, you can change it over here on these. But I always just tell people, like, just make it easy for people. Just have them pick either boy or girl. Question 2 for my travel. I'm going to say, are you planning a trip this summer? Okay. Are you planning a trip this summer? And I'm sorry that I'm not like writing all of my words like all of them. It's just I'm just trying to hurry up. But my 3 responses that I would give people would be yes, no, maybe. Okay? My question number 3, what is your ideal trip? And then for that, it could be beach, camping. Let's see, what else do we got? Road trip. And city, big city, okay? Like question 4, I would say, who do you want to travel with? Okay? Who do you want to travel with? I'll say parents or family, boyfriend or girlfriend, significant other, you can write it however you want, friends, maybe you want to go alone, or you can say I don't know, or maybe we'll just say maybe you want to take a school trip. Okay? So we'll see what people say. I'm willing to bet that most people are going to say they want to go with their friends. That's my opinion. Question 5, free response, meaning that they can write whatever they want, and we're not going to bound them to just 5 answers, 4 answers, or 3 answers, or 2. This is going to be, they can write whatever, they can type in whatever they want. So I'm going to say, what country do you want to travel to? Like maybe next, okay? Now, all of these are qualitative questions. So qualitative questions with words. Notice none of these have nothing to do with numbers. The next set of questions we're going to do are going to be quantitative, quantity like a number. So it involves numerical data or measurements. That's quantitative, and I should write questions. So I think we forgot to write questions on there. So we got quantitative questions. So let's see, what would be a quantitative question? A quantitative question would be, how many countries have you traveled to? Number of countries visited. And so people can say 0, people can say 10, Basically, I just want you to show me that for sure it's a number. Question number 2. Number of flights you've been on. Because maybe you've been to Mexico, but maybe you've gone to Mexico many times. So then that somebody can say, oh, I've been on a plane 20 times or not, like maybe just once. So give me some examples. Question 2, number of times you've been on a train. And see, I got this idea from the article. Number of times I've been on a train. And so they can do the same thing, like once, twice, 3 times. Question number 4, again, it has to be like numbers. So you can say something, let me see, this one's kind of tough. Traveling, I'll just say number of cities you've stayed at a hotel. I changed it at the last second. I don't know if you saw that. So this is more like hotel. So this is all about traveling. I'm just trying to understand like people a little bit. And then the last question is a scale question. So from 1 to 10, we can say how much or how bad do you want to travel? For me, that's definitely like a 10, all right? I definitely want to travel. So you have to have your questions first before you can move on to the next section. So I'm going to show you what a survey should look like. I'm going to go right here on the computer real quick, so just give me a second. Make sure that you guys go to Google. But let's see. I have an example right here, so let's get to it. So here's my survey. This is what it looks like. Martinez's travel survey. What's your gender? Planning a trip this summer? What's your favorite type of vacation? Who do you want to travel with? And then I didn't actually finish all the questions, but this is what it's going to look like. So we're going to do this all over again one more time, and I'm going to show you how to get to it. So you go to Google, you click on your waffle. You're going to go down till you see forms. It might not be exactly on the left-hand side. Yours might be here or there. Mine's a little bit more down. I don't know why, but you're going to go. Then you're going to click on blank form. So I've done a couple of these already today because I had to teach today. And then the first thing I tell students is make sure you title it. So put your name, Martinez's. Then you're going to say the topic, travel. And then you're going to just type in form or survey, whichever one you want. Then I usually tell students, write a description that says, please answer honestly. This is for my grade or my class, whatever, okay? You don't have to write too much. And then we want to build the questions, but before we build the questions, let's go ahead and make this look a little bit nicer. There's an icon at the top right that says customize theme. Click on it, and you're going to click on choose image. And I've already been using the same image. It's on travel all the way down. This one's the one I like, so I'm going to hit insert. And then I got to type up my questions, okay? So first question, what is your gender? Or actually, are you a boy or girl? Are you a boy or a girl? And I tell everybody to ask this question, okay? I recommend. That way we can see the difference between girls' answers and boys' answers. Maybe there's a difference. Maybe there isn't, but we'll find out. You add a next question by clicking here. And now that we've written down all our questions, it's just easy to type them all up. So the next question is, are you planning a trip this summer? And then Google already is giving you like some suggestions, so I can just add them all. So yes, no, maybe. That's my second question. And notice how this question has 2 options, this question has 3 options, and then the next question is going to have 4 options. So what Let me see. What was my third question? What is your ideal trip? Okay. What is your ideal trip? And then I'll say beach vacation, snow vacation. So I already switched it up a little bit. And then big city vacation. And then my fourth one, let's say camping. Okay. So there's 2, 3, 4. The next one needs 5. So who would you want to travel with? And then my options will be friends, family, go alone, maybe go. I didn't really like my other answers. Let me see, what did I write? Let's see. I said, oh yeah, boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, and like boyfriend / girlfriend. Okay. And then maybe the last one you can be like with the school. Okay. I don't know. You pick yours. Obviously, this is not perfect, but here's my first 4 questions. I'm going to write one more. All of these have been multiple choice, but remember, this next one's going to be free response. So how do we make a free response? Our 5th one, we click here, and you go to short answer. And then I'm going to type, what country would you like to visit? And notice all my questions are required, but this is halfway through. We still need to come up with the quantitative, and then for the quantitative ones, you got to do something special. So I'm going to show you how to do that, but you have to do it, because if you don't do it, then it's going to make your whole survey like, what's the word? It's going to make it difficult, all right? Because essentially, we want the computer to do all the math for us, and since we want the computers to do all the math for us, students and people who answer your survey need to answer it in the form of a number and not a word, meaning like if the answer is 0, you don't want somebody to type in ZERO for 0. You just want them to type in the 1 digit like 0, and then that way the computer can do the math, because the computer won't do math with words, at least not right now. So who knows, maybe in the future like Google will be able to do it, but right now it can't. So we want it to do math, so we have to do one extra step. So pay attention. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So you still create a new question like how you would normally. You're gonna type short answer. So all of these are gonna be short answer. And then you're gonna click on the 3 dots, and you're gonna click response validation, and you're gonna make this a number, okay? And you can always duplicate these, and then that way you don't have to keep typing in response validation. So now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that have response validation. So let's come up with the questions. So what's the question for the first one? Number of countries you've visited. Okay, and then so that means people are going to type in a number. Next question. Number of flights you've been on. Next question. Number of times on a train. Next question. Number of hotel visits. Okay, and then the last one I actually messed up. This should not be a short answer. The very, very last one is a range question. So we're gonna switch this from short answer to a linear scale. And notice we don't use these other ones. We're only either doing short answer, multiple choice, or linear scale, which this is the one. And we're gonna do from 0 to 10. And my question is, how badly do you need a vacation? And I'm gonna say 1 being don't need one. And then number 10, I desperate. I don't know how to spell desperate. Desperately need one. Let's see how do you spell desperately. There you go. Perfect. So I desperately need one, comma, please. So anyways, you want to know what your survey is going to look like? Go over here to the top where there's the little eyeball. Click on it. And there's your survey. And this is what people are going to see. And we have our 5 qualitative questions with 2 responses, 3 responses, 4, 5. And we have a free response, qualitative, because the country is not a number. And then you're going to do 5 quantitative, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if I type in something like 1, it says, oh, it must be a number. Okay? And then the last one is, how badly do you need a vacation? Honestly, I think like I'm at a 6. But either way, that's your survey. And what you're going to do is you're going to click here, copy this link, and you're going to share it. You can share it on Instagram, or you can just have people answer the survey here on your computer or on your device. And then when people are done, they just hit submit. Obviously, I can't submit because it says these questions are required, so I got to answer them. Let's see, for me, I'm just going to type in all my real answers. Actually, number of flights, that's like a lot, so I'm just going to do that for now. Train, just twice. Hotel visits, ooh. Then you can submit, and then you can always submit another response, and then you can have students keep submitting responses. And when you go back to your form, it'll tell you like, oh, there's 1 response. And your goal is to get 10 responses. So you need to get 10 responses by Thursday. Technically, I'm filming the video on Wednesday, so today's Wednesday. So you need it by tomorrow. But I mean, if you're watching this video, that means you missed a couple of days. Basically, you just need to get 10 responses. You gotta show it to students. They'll know what to do. You just hand them your laptop or your phone, and then they do the survey. Or you can put it as a link to your Instagram or Snapchat or whatever, and people can then answer the survey. But if you're going to do that to social media, you have to do one extra step. Let me show you what that step is. So you go over here to settings, and you just got to make sure that under responses, you don't restrict users to the Oxnard Union High School District. Because if they're not logged into their email, they won't be able to take it. So just make sure that that's turned off. And that's pretty much it. So that's everything on settings. I usually tell students to make the defaults, default questions, make them required. So make all questions required. That way nobody misses anything. But that's